Today we got a story of a Minecraft kid that attacks his teacher over something so incredibly stupid, your mind might melt. I'm not even kidding. Leave a like in the video to claim your free nothing, and let's call today's subscriber, let's call him Harper. Anyways, this all happened one day when Harper was in class, and there's this kid in this class, and we're just gonna call him the Minecraft kid. So this all went down one day when Harper and the Minecraft kid, they were in the same history class, and for the final large assignment for this history class is they did a massive project on one kind of like aspect of history that they covered, or maybe something that they didn't even cover, but something that fit within the class, kind of within the domain of like, history. I think they were doing like, American history or something like that. So anyways, right, this assignment was like, they got like 2.5 weeks to do it. And about a week into the assignment, one day they came in and the teacher said, hey guys, like, I'm going to be splitting you into small groups. Whoever I split you into a small group with, tell them about your assignment, tell them about what you've done so far and what you plan to do, and kind of any fun facts you've learned along the way. So he starts reading off the names, and he's like Harper, and then he reads off Minecraft Kid. Okay, he doesn't actually say Minecraft Kid. He says the actual name, but we're calling him Minecraft Kid. So he reads off Harper, and he reads off Minecraft Kid. So Harper and Minecraft Kid, they go to some table, they sit down, and Harper starts off, and Harper, I don't know, he's maybe doing like, I don't know, U.S. involvement in World War II. And, this was in 5th grade, so like, I don't know how deep they went. I don't know how, like, it wasn't like, he didn't go that deep. And Harper was honestly pretty far along with his project. Like, he was pretty far, he got a decent amount into his project at this point. And, the Minecraft kid starts talking, and Harper, he's listening very closely, and then Harper just kind of gives him this look when he hears what the Minecraft kid says. Because the Minecraft kid said, all right, so I'm doing history. And Harper's like, I bet history, same. We're in a history class. Of course, you're doing history. And the Minecraft kid's like, I'm doing the history of the Ender Dragon. And, Harper's like, hey, bro, what? What? And then the Minecraft kid basically goes on to explain, like, for the next, 5 minutes or so, this really detailed history about the Ender Dragon from the game Minecraft, for, the two of you who don't know what the Ender Dragon is. And, the whole time Harper's, trying to, get a word in. He's like, when you're talking to someone and you're trying to, say something and you kind of open your mouth, you kind of, lean in a little bit, you maybe make a little bit of noise, but the other person is just so, focused on finishing whatever thought they have that they keep pressing through even though they notice when you're trying to talk. That was basically what was happening here. And eventually, right, when the Minecraft kid is done with this kind of rampage about the history of the Ender Dragon or whatever, Harper goes on to say, hey man, that's very cool, and it seems like personally, I like it, I think it's cool, it's obvious you did a lot of work, but do you think the teacher's gonna think that this is okay? He did say a topic we've covered, or something that would, fit very closely into the course. And, we cover U.S. history, I don't think the history of a video game character would fly. And the Minecraft kid looks at him and says, dude, no, it's going to be totally fine. Don't even worry about it. Thanks for looking out for me, but I'm going to be just fine. So, Harper's like, all right, bro, that's fine. That's okay. Okay, man. Okay. If that's what you want to do, that's totally fine. And sure enough, the Minecraft kid's like, all right, well, that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, skip ahead to the next day. This is where things start to get really interesting. So this is kind of the midway point. So it's officially a week into the 2-week-long project. And this is kind of a teacher check-in day where you sit down with the teacher, you explain what you've done so far, and the teacher is going to give you some guidance. And the teacher doesn't really expect to reject anyone's project idea. He's normally just there to be like, oh, can you refine this? This is too broad. Or if someone's talking about Europe's influence in World War II, it'd be like, this is great, but can you make this more about the United States? Because that's the history we're learning about. He has no idea, he's not expecting to tell someone, hey, you can't do a project on the Ender Dragon. But anyways, right, so, everyone's kind of sitting there. It's kind of a work day, but also you're called up, for 5 minutes or so to talk with the teacher. So, Harper's sitting there, the Minecraft sitting there, the Minecraft kid is sitting there, and everyone else in the class is kind of just sitting there. People are being called up, whatever, right? And eventually Harper's called up. He explains what he's done so far. He explains what he wants to do. And honestly, Harper's only there for 2 minutes because the teacher's like, wow, I'm really impressed. I don't really know what else to say. You're kind of killing it. And as like Harper's walking down, the teacher calls up the name of the Minecraft kid, and Harper immediately, because Harper kind of forgot about what the Minecraft kid was doing. Harper immediately remembers like, oh no, bro, oh no. Comment history down below if you want a heart on your comment. Today's secret word of the day is history. Also, make sure you've turned on notifications and join the Discord server while you're down there. So anyways, right, Harper's is sitting there remembering that the Minecraft kid is doing a huge presentation on the Ender Dragon, and he's sitting there like walking him walk up to the teacher. And Harper's just sitting there like, bro, please tell me you changed it. Please tell me you came to your senses and maybe you're just a little bit behind, but you're actually doing a topic that the teacher is going to accept. Because, like, the teacher they had was pretty chill. He was pretty cool, but like, this just didn't follow the project, right? This just wasn't the assignment. Like, you can't be coming into, like, a science class that, like, you have to do I don't know, one of those volcanoes that you make in science class, and you come in and, I don't know, you make, like, a paper airplane instead. Like, sure, that's cool, but that's just not the assignment. Like, it doesn't matter how cool the teacher is, you know? So Harper's just sitting there watching the Minecraft kid talk to the teacher, and Harper was watching the teacher's expression, and he noticed as, like, the teacher's face went from, like kind of like neutral happy to neutral unhappy to what is going on, bro? Like, what? Kind of an expression of, huh? And he sees the teacher open his mouth and like say something to the Minecraft kid. And he sees the Minecraft kid, like, he doesn't see his face, but he sees his body tense up a little bit. And kind of like he looks at like the Minecraft kid's fists. You know that meme like from Arthur where it's like Arthur's fist is all balled up and angry or whatever? Like this kid's fist is like balled up and angry. This kid is not having it right now. So like the kid like starts walking back and he's like mumbling to himself. He's like this bro is like not very happy. To be fair, like it's a week in, like he's definitely gonna be really behind when he's forced to do a new topic. But this kid is mad, bro. He is really angry. And Harper kind of just assumed that like the Minecraft kid just is gonna take the L and like do a new project, and it's probably not gonna be that good because it only has half the time, or maybe it is that good. He doesn't know. But Harper has no idea what is about to come. Like he has no idea what's about to happen. So the next day, Harper walks into class, and it just seems like a normal work day, and he thought it would have just been a normal work day, right? But that turns out not to be the case. Because he's sitting there and he notices the Minecraft kid is late to school. And he's like, oh, why is this kid late to school? And, you know, or late to class, maybe not late to school. But 5 minutes after class had started, you know, he hears someone at the door. He sees the door open, and it's the Minecraft kid. And he's standing there, and he's like, teacher. And the teacher turns around. You have disrespected my project and my work for the last time. And in his hand is like one of those foam diamond Minecraft swords, like the one I had and got at my 5th grade birthday party, as well as like one of these like fake plastic hard hats painted blue, but like really poorly painted blue. I think he was trying to have like a diamond helmet or something. And he's just standing there, and the teacher is completely shocked, and Harper is completely shocked, and the rest of the class is completely shocked. And they're all just kind of looking at each other like, dude, did this kid just come into class with a fake Minecraft sword and like a fake diamond helmet? And he's like, teacher, this is the last time I command you to let me do a project on the Ender Dragon. And everyone in class is just, they're just not saying anything. They don't have any reaction because any reaction was just kicked out of them by the craziness and like just insanity of what's happening right here. And the teacher just looks at the Minecraft kid calmly and says, you are not allowed to do your final American history project on the Ender Dragon. You cannot do that. And the Minecraft kid is like, very well, then you shall suffer the consequences. And he runs up to the teacher swinging his like foam floppy Minecraft sword and is like, PvP attack! And at this point, right, you know, Harper's like, bro, am I in 5th grade or am I in like, I don't know, the insane asylum right now? Because what is happening right in front of me? And the teacher is just bewildered, and like he starts looking at his legs, and he sees the Minecraft kid kind of slapping his legs with the fake Minecraft sword. And then the teacher snaps out of it, grabs the Minecraft kid by like the scruff of his collar, and says, you do not do that to me or anyone in my classroom. And says, you're coming with me. Kind of pulls him up, kind of strongly by like the collar or whatever. And the Minecraft kid's kind of shocked. And everyone in the class is just like, oh my God. Because this teacher was pretty chill. He had never snapped. But then again, this had never ever happened to him in class before. And I think if you go to school to learn how to be a teacher, they don't have a final assessment of how to deal with a crazy Minecraft kid. So he had to figure out how to do this on the spot. So sure enough, right, brought him to the principal. The kid got detention. And well, let's just say that he still was not allowed to do his final project on the Ender Dragon. Click on the video on screen right now. I know you'll enjoy it. Just click it, do it. We got a story time of a Minecraft kid who actually tries to fight his teacher with one of those like stupid floppy like diamond sword toys you got as a kid. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. So yeah, sit back, relax, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing, and let's get right into it. Enjoy. Anyway, so we're going to call the subscriber who sent in the story, which, by the way, if you want to send in stories, you can send them into my Instagram or Discord server. Jeez, I can't talk. Both are in the description of the video. We're going to call the subscriber Sophie, right? So anyways, Sophie is in 6th grade, and in this class, there's this kid that she's, like, not really friends with, but she's at least friendly with, and we're just going to call him Minecraft Kid. In every single video, I have to say this, I'm going to make it quick. If you play Minecraft, I don't hate you, bro. I mean, look at the gameplay in the background of this video. But if Minecraft Kid has a different connotation to the name, and if you've watched my videos enough, you'll know what I mean when I say Minecraft Kid. Anyway, so there's a pretty big test coming up, and this was a math class. So, you know, in some other classes, you know, it's a little bit more subjective, the grading, and this is going to be pretty important later on. But in some classes, such as English or history or maybe like some art class, you know, the teachers have a bit more say in how they grade it. However, when it comes to a lot of math classes, a lot of the times you either get the answer right or you get the answer wrong. Like maybe with an English like essay, the teacher likes how you wrote it. Sure, there's grammar and syntax that you could argue is important and will be kind of like you can't grade it, like you can't like say, oh, the syntax is right or wrong. It just is right or wrong. But at the end of the day, right, I feel like math and a lot of sciences are a lot more, you know, objective. You can't like give someone an A if they get all the answers wrong and give someone a B even if they got all the answers right. So this is like pretty important later on, but they're in a math class and there's a pretty big test coming up. And the kid in Sophie's class that we're calling the Minecraft kid, you know, he wasn't doing a ton of studying because he was, you know, he was grinding those Bed Wars levels. He was grinding that Minecraft. He was on that Minecraft grind. I don't know how else to say it. But anyways, right, you know, he wasn't really, you know, studying or doing the homework or anything. And he was definitely unprepared for this test, or at least Sophie thought so. Yeah, I guess Sophie didn't follow him back to back from school to his home and like watched him to see if he actually did, you know, just played Bed Wars or actually did his math homework, because that would be a little weird. And by little, that's a bit of an understatement. I mean, very, very weird. But Sophie, you know, she had her reason. She had her, you know, because of the Minecraft kid not paying attention in class, not getting any of the answers right, never handing in homework. And also some of her friends that were friends with his friends kind of confirmed that whole thing. So Sophie was pretty sure that the Minecraft kid was probably not going to do well on this upcoming assessment. Anyways, right, so a day before the test, the teacher randomly assigned people into pairs to study with each other, as he thought it would be a kind of an interesting way to study before the test, as the day before that, he kind of had like a come in with any questions you want type session, and by the end of the class, the kids were kind of done asking questions, so we kind of felt as if having another one of those might not be, you know, might not yield the best results, but he was like, you know what, might as well like pair people up with random people and have them go through problems. Maybe they'll be exposed to different ways or different kind of like ways to see these math problems, different ways to solve these problems. Maybe they'll, you know, discover that they don't understand something and someone will be able to explain it on a micro level. I don't even know, but he was just like, this will be interesting. So he did the names kind of randomly. I don't think he like went ahead with like a random number generator. I think he just kind of paired people up randomly. But yeah, Sophie got paired up with the Minecraft kid. And Sophie then got first-hand account of how behind the Minecraft kid really was. They were sitting down, the Minecraft kid and Sophie. They were going through some practice problems, and the Minecraft kid would be like, how do you do this? And look, here's the thing. There's no issue with asking questions, especially like in a math class. And even if it's very simple, like that's totally fine. If you don't get something, even if you're at a point where you should probably get it, it's totally fair to just be like, you know what, I should, you know, ask someone. I mean, obviously, like, look online is pretty good, too, and you don't have to, like, worry about being embarrassed. Shout out the organic chemistry tutor and also Khan Academy. But at the end of the day, right, if you got to ask a question, you got to ask a question, man. But anyways, right, the Minecraft kid basically asked a question about every basic component of every question they had for every single question. Like, he didn't even know how to start any of them. And at one point, right, about halfway through asking questions, he kind of just gave up and went to, like, doodling on a notepad. And Sophie was just looking at him like, bro, we have a test tomorrow. Like, because Sophie was pretty prepared. Sophie took the class pretty seriously, and she was at a point where she felt pretty confident because she had studied quite a bit for the weeks prior and had just been doing the homework and, you know, did well in the quizzes, whatever. And she kind of thought to herself, like, hey, man, like, I'm willing to answer your questions, and you're in a position where you desperately need, you know, some questions answered because we got a pretty major assessment coming up. Like, come on, like, I'm here to help. I'm literally just here to help you. But the Minecraft kid just decided to start doodling, and he was like drawing a creeper or something, and she's like, all right, bro, whatever, like, it is what it is. I'll just do some projects I'll do some problems by myself, whatever. Anyways, right, so the next day comes around, and it's the day of the test. And the night before, Sophie actually ended up studying quite a bit, and she was feeling pretty prepared. In fact, she felt like she was, if anything, a little bit over-prepared. And sure enough, when the day of the test came, she sat down, she saw the problems, and the studying paid off. She saw, like, all the problems that were on the test were basically stuff that she already had, you know, had practiced many, many times, and she felt very confident going through it. However, she looked over towards the end of it, the Minecraft kid, and he was still on the first page, and he had not even started anything yet. He was kind of just, like, looking at the clock, kind of, like, scribbling on the side. Like, bro was not even trying to make any progress at this point. So after the Minecraft kid gets his tests back, things get really interesting as he gets really, really angry with the results. So I'm just going to have the secret word now. So if you made it this far into the video, comment test down below, T-E-S-T, what? T-E-S-T, sorry. My brain kind of malfunctioned for a second. I'm going to filter the comments by the special keyword and heart as many of those as I can. So if you'd like to get a free heart and maybe farm top commenter on the channel, go ahead and do that. But anyways, right, Sophie was looking over, and with like 20 minutes left of the test, the Minecraft kid was just like made no progress. He was not doing, like, understandably, if you don't study for a test, you don't do well in the quizzes, and you don't do the homework, bro, you're not going to be able to solve, like, math. You're not going to be able to be one of those, like, 1700s mathematicians being able to figure out how math works on the day of the test. It's just not going to happen. And, yeah, with the Minecraft kid, it just didn't happen. So the next day rolls around, and the teacher had the test graded, as the teacher was... I've had a lot of teachers in high school and so far in college that, bro, they take so long to grade that stuff. Like, I get it. I procrastinate on stuff as well. I, you know, want to have a life. Trust me, I understand. But, like, I get the grade for the test back, like, 3 weeks later. I'm like, bro, you only have 20 people in this one class, and you only teach one section. What are you doing? But this teacher was pretty good. This teacher was pretty proactive. And the teacher had the grades for the tests back the next day. So, you know, the teacher's walking around handing back tests, and the teacher was, like, handing, like, some of them face up and some of them face down, which, you know, the thing is, the idea of, like, handing back a test face down on the surface makes sense because you're trying to, like, hide the bad grade from everyone. But the thing is, if you don't hand back every test face down, then people are going to know that anyone who got a test back hand down, like face down, maybe they don't know exactly what their grade is, but they know their grade is pretty bad. So it kind of defeats the purpose. But anyways, the teacher wasn't really thinking about that as he went around, handed Sophie's test face up because she got a 95. Congrats, Sophie, the subscriber. Congratulations. Good work. If you want to send in a story, by the way, Discord server in the description. Go ahead, join it. I'm there sometimes. Anyways, good work, Sophie. And the teacher's going around handing out the test back and eventually gets the Minecraft kid, and the test obviously face down. Sophie was sitting one row across from the Minecraft kid and like 1 or 2 seats back, so she was in the perfect position and the perfect angle to see when the Minecraft kid eventually picked up his paper, his test, flipped it over. She was able to see the big red circle with a 28 in it, and this wasn't like a, 36 possible points and you only get 28 of them. This test was out of 100. The Minecraft kid got a 28%, which for the fact of not even trying at all, I think 28% might have even been generous. But hey man, I've been there, bro. I've definitely been in the trenches down bad in some of my classes, so I can definitely relate to that. But anyways, right, the Minecraft kid almost looked shocked and like, oh my god, this is impossible. I didn't study at all. Why didn't I get 100%? Like, bro, you got to study for this. I don't know how else to say it. Oh my God, I didn't try and I failed? This is so upsetting. I can't understand it at all. I didn't put any effort in, and my actions have consequences. My favorite line from The Simpsons, one of my favorite childhood shows, is when Homer Simpson says, "Oh, why do my actions have consequences?" This is a perfect example of how beautiful that line is. But anyways, right, the Minecraft kid was not going to have this. And today he wanted to show his friends his new, Minecraft creeper doll plush thing, as well as his new Minecraft diamond sword. And I don't know if you guys had one of those as a kid. I think I still have mine from way back in the day, but I'd have to, dig it up, and I'm not at home right now. But anyways, there's these kind of, foam diamond swords that you can play with, and I used to get one as a kid. Anyways, the Minecraft kid recently got it, a creeper stuffed animal thing, as well as a Minecraft diamond sword, and he brought both of them to school to show his friends. However, the Minecraft diamond sword was also still in his backpack that he brought to class. So he's looking at his paper, and he raises his hand. He's like, "Teacher, there must be a mistake." And the teacher looks at the Minecraft kid, knowing very well that he, 1, failed, and also 2, failed because all of his answers were wrong. This wasn't some mistake on the teacher's part. This man failed because all of his answers were basically wrong. If anything, the teacher was generous with the amount of extra credit the teacher gave. So at this point, the Minecraft kid is starting to realize that there's no coming back from this. That, the teacher, he's not going to be like, "Oh, my mistake, you actually got 101%. That's my fault. I just, my hand slipped. You actually did really well." Obviously, the teacher's not going to budge at this point, so the Minecraft kid says, "You have disrespected my honor." And everyone was like, "Bro, what's going on?" Because the Minecraft kid didn't really talk much, and Sophie didn't have any other classes with the Minecraft kid, so she didn't really know what he was like. But this was very weird because this kid who just failed the test got up and is like, "You disrespected my honor." He reaches into his backpack, whips out his new floppy Minecraft sword, starts waving it around, and is like, "We must duel for my honor." Apparently, he probably watched some kind of movie from medieval fights or something, and now he was like, everything is about one's honor, and we must have a duel to figure out whose honor is. I don't even know, bro. I can't follow the logic if there is none. I'm sorry. And the teacher at this point is just so startled and taken aback by the series of events that just occurred within a 45-second window. First, the Minecraft kid says, "You made a mistake," when obviously he didn't. Second, he says, "You have disrespected my honor." Then he pulls out one of those floppy Minecraft diamond sword foam things. And then fourth, he said, "We must duel." All with it. This is, what did I say, 6th grade? This is a 6th grade class. This isn't kindergarten, bro. What is going on? So yeah, the Minecraft kid is like, "All right, the duel shall commence." And everyone is just looking at him like, "Dude, what?" What? And Sophie is so taken aback because she knew the Minecraft kid was maybe a little weird and he didn't study for the test, but she could not in a million years have predicted this at all. Even if someone said, "Yo, the Minecraft kid's about to fight his teacher PvP style with a fake Minecraft sword," she would have looked at them like, "All right, buddy, all right, bro, I know for a fact that's not happening." And then all of a sudden, the Minecraft kid shouts out, "For honor and glory!" And he starts running towards the teacher and is goes up to him and starts going, "Pop, pop, pop," so it's whapping him with the side of the foam sword, doing absolutely no actual damage except plus 100 annoyance damage. The annoyance meter is going up really, really quickly. The actual damage bar, nothing has changed. But the annoyance bar, that thing is shooting through the roof. And the teacher's like, "Hey, stop it. You can't do that." And the Minecraft kid is like, "This is for my honor." It starts whapping him with the little Minecraft sword. And the teacher must have had a bad day and also was just so shocked by the events going on because he grabs the sword, rips it out of his hand, and throws it across the room, super angry. At this point, right, the Minecraft kid is kind of snapped out of his weird Minecraft headspace or whatever, and it's kind of snap back to reality, realizing how stupid the thing he just did was. And he's looking up at the teacher, and the teacher looks at him super angry at this point because the teacher is no longer in a state of shock where he just has no idea what's even going on. The teacher is looking at him like, "You messed up, kid." And he looks at the Minecraft kid and he says, "That's it. Principal's office now." Subscribe if you haven't already. Now go watch another video. There's some on screen, some of the recommended. Go watch one. I'll be very happy. Today we got a story time of this Minecraft kid who actually fights a kid because this other guy said that Minecraft wasn't the greatest game of all time. No, I'm not even joking. So yeah, sit back, relax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink, and let's get right into it. We're going to call the subscriber who sent in the story, we're going to call him Sam. And basically, right, Sam sent me a message on Instagram about this story. You can do the same thing too if you want your story to be heard on the channel. My Instagram's in the description. That's the best way to find me and to send me the stories. But anyways, right, Sam, also this is a name I got from the comments. Basically, right, Sam told me about this time when he was in 4th grade. So obviously, right, Sam's a little bit older now. I mean, maybe not obviously. There's probably some people in 4th grade who watch me. But anyways, right, Sam told me about this whole experience that happened when he was in 4th grade. So he was in class one day, and there's this kid in the class, and we're going to call him Minecraft Kid. And this kid is, like, obsessed with Minecraft. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. I have to, like, make it very clear again, because I have to do this every time I call someone a something kid, Roblox kid, Minecraft kid, etc., right? There's nothing wrong with really liking a game. I mean, obviously, like, I'm playing some Minecraft right now. It's a good game, man. I like it. I enjoy it. It's, it's a good time. What can I say? But at the end of the day, right, there's definitely kind of like a connotation around Minecraft Kid, which means you don't just like the game. It also means you're kind of crazy, right? Anyways, right, so there's this kid in this class. We're going to call him Minecraft Kid. We're not even giving him a name because the name Minecraft Kid, that name is honestly good enough. Anyways, right, so they're in class, and they're kind of, like, been divided up into small groups, and so the teacher kind of, like, randomly assigned people to different groups, and the subscriber, Sam, was, in a group of, like, 2 other people he kind of knew, and then he was also assigned into a group with the Minecraft kid, because this was a group of 4s. So Sam and the Minecraft kid never really had, like, a lot of, like, they weren't boys, they weren't super close or anything, they were just kind of, like, they knew of each other, and they had interacted a couple times, but they weren't really that close, and anyways, right, they were talking, I don't exactly know what the group project was about, but they were doing some kind of presentation, some kind of project, and the other 2 kids start bringing up the subject of, like, video games and what they liked the best. And at the time, right, Minecraft was pretty popular. I don't know what other games were pretty popular, but Sam was more of a Call of Duty person, and, there's the discussion of what is the most popular game arose. And obviously, like, I mean, the other 2 kids were saying something, and they weren't really saying it that, like, strongly, but the Minecraft kid was like, Minecraft is the greatest game that has ever been made. Personally, I kind of agree with the Minecraft kid just because I don't really play a lot of games, and Minecraft is, like, the only game that runs on my Mac. But obviously, like, I'm not going to die on that hill. If someone disagrees with me strongly, I'm going to say, that's all good, bro. Like, that's fine. Just to a certain extent, man, like, it's really just up to everyone's own opinion and, like, what their favorite game is. And, like, I don't really care. It's up to you. You can like what you want. But anyways, right, the Minecraft kid was like, guys, obviously, Minecraft is the greatest game that has ever been created, right? Like, obviously, Minecraft is the greatest game. And then, the subscriber, Sam, is like, you know what? I actually disagree. I personally think Call of Duty is the greatest game. And then he gave, like, a list of, like, why he thought Call of Duty was greater or a better game than Minecraft or whatever. And the Minecraft kid wasn't that angry at first, but was like, you're wrong because, like, X, Y, and Z. But anyways, right, Sam and the Minecraft kids start going back and forth more and more, and, like, Sam, he isn't taking it that seriously, but he's really holding his ground. The Minecraft kid basically wouldn't have gotten upset if, like, Sam would have been like, oh, no, you're right, Minecraft is the greatest game because X. And remember, I personally think Minecraft is the greatest game, but I also just don't care. But anyways, Sam was holding his ground, and, rightfully so. You're allowed to think whatever you want, especially when it comes to, like, the greatest video game. Like, that's not a big deal. But the Minecraft kid, he was getting angrier and angrier and angrier, and he was getting more upset, and he was like started, like, doing all that, like, heavy breathing, like, you don't understand the truth, you don't understand. He's like, this is very insulting to my honor. And at this point, right, Sam, he was kind of, look, this was in 4th grade, and he kind of liked messing with people a little bit. Sam was a good kid, so he didn't want to mess with anyone who didn't deserve it. But if someone was being goofy, he was going to play them, right? If you're being goofy, man, he was just going to play you. So anyways, right, Sam and the Minecraft kid keep going back and forth,
And the Minecraft kid starts getting angrier, and he's like, you don't understand what's happening. He's like, you don't understand what you're saying. And at this point, Sam starts like, he's like, you know what? Let's just rile this kid up a little bit more. Let's just have a little bit more fun at this point. And so what Sam ends up doing is he says, you know what? I don't just think Call of Duty is the best game. I think Minecraft is the worst game, which obviously, he didn't actually think that. Sam enjoyed himself a little bit of Minecraft. It was a good game. He had some good memories on it. He used to watch all like the OG Minecrafters. Like, he was a kid once too. And, he'd hop on a survival world with his friends every couple years or every couple months, right? So he liked the game, but he thought it'd be funny if he told the Minecraft kid who was getting really upset over the fact that, Sam didn't put Minecraft as the best game, if like he said, oh, Minecraft is the worst game. And this made the Minecraft kid completely flip out. And what happens when, Sam says, I actually think Minecraft, it's not just the best, it's not just not the best game. It's actually the worst game ever created. The Minecraft kid, his eyes get all wide, and he just like takes two hands and slides all the pens off the desk really quickly. Like just like slams them all off. At this point, right, the other two kids at the table who are very amused by this conversation are just like, whoa, 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 dude, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. And to be fair, man, it just wasn't that deep. It really just was not that deep. And the Minecraft kid starts huffing and puffing. And you might be thinking, how's the teacher not even involved at this point? Well, basically, right, the teacher sent everyone to do like group projects or whatever at their little desks with their partners or their groups of 4. And he just left the room for like the class period. He was like, dude, I'm out of here. So, right, the Minecraft kid, he's basically getting ready to square up. He's like, what did you just say? And at this point, right, Sam is like, okay, this was really funny. In fact, this was hilarious. Actually, scratch that. This was quite hilarious, right? This was great, but I think it's time for me to stop the trolling before this kid actually blows, like, I don't know, a blood vessel or something, dude. Like, this is kind of crazy. And so he's like, okay, man, I was just joking around. He's like, no, you can't joke about that stuff, dude. You just can't joke about that stuff. At this point, right, Sam is like, okay, this kid is actually crazy. Like, oh my God, I think I've gone a little bit too far with this one. And the Minecraft kid's like, you don't understand. You don't understand what you've done. And he looks at him. He says, you shall pay. And he gets up and he puts on his backpack and he's like, I will see you tomorrow. And he just like runs out of the classroom. And at this point, Sam is just like, hey, yeah, like, bro, what? What? And all the other kids at the table are just like looking at him just like, dude, don't ask me. I have no idea. Like, I'm not the one to like ask on this one because I don't know either, bro. Like, best of luck. That kid's kind of funny, but like, I don't know what's going on right now. But like, let me know because I'm kind of curious. So anyways, right, the next day rolls around. Yeah, the next day rolls around and, Sam is at recess with some of his friends and he's like just standing there and he's like looking around and he just like looks across the field or whatever or like across like whatever the landscape was and he sees the Minecraft kid and the Minecraft kid is just looking at him and he's just smiling. And at this point, right, Sam is feeling weird. He's like, this kid's a little strange. Like, I don't know why he's just like staring at me so intensely. Like, I'm a little uncomfortable if I'm being honest, right? So anyways, after that, he looks away and he like looks back at his friends and then eventually Sam is like, okay, I'm gonna see if that kid's still there. He looks back and the Minecraft kid is not just no longer staring at him, but the Minecraft kid is gone. Like, the kid is gone. Speaking of Minecraft, let's just have today's secret word be Minecraft, like legitimately just Minecraft. I'm going to try and heart as many of those comments, but today is going to be really busy for me, so I might not even be able to heart the comments, but I would still appreciate it if you commented so I can see briefly how many people made it this far. And also, while you're down there, leave a like on the video and you'll receive absolutely nothing. It is a fantastic deal. And anyways, right, so Sam, he was just chilling. He's just like, oh my God, where'd the Minecraft kid go? And so he walks back into school, right? He walks back because, like, the bell rings and recess is over. So he's walking back into his class. And, he's just like, okay, this is the class that I have with the Minecraft kid. Because officially, like, 23 hours have passed or 23 and a half or whatever. And it's finally, like, one day later and he's having class again with the Minecraft kid. So he has to go back into his groups. When he gets into class, he's looking around and everyone is there. Everyone is present, besides the Minecraft kid. So he's like, okay, that's a little strange. I definitely saw him today. Anyways, right, so Sam is just sitting in class, he's waiting around, and he's just like, eventually the teacher's like looking around, basically jotting down a little bit of attendance, and notices the Minecraft kid isn't there, doesn't really say anything. He's like, just kind of probably notes it down in his book that he's not there, and he's like, okay, class, time to go out in your breakout groups, I'm gonna leave again. Teacher was not having it, he was just done, bro, but the teacher left again. And, I don't know, the kids go to their groups, normal thing, everything's looking normal. So Sam goes to his group, and the other two kids are there, and the other two kids are like, yo, where's the Minecraft kid? Is he gonna fight you? Ha ha ha. And at this point, Sam's like, dude, it's actually kind of weird, because, like, I saw him today at recess, and he was just, like, staring at me. And then he was, like, smiling, too. It was really weird. And they're just like, okay. And then he's like, also, he's not in class today. And then they're like, dude, you mean he's at school? Look, this isn't like college where you can kind of like, you can skip classes, or, I mean, it's not advised, but you can. This isn't like high school where, I mean, even in high school, you really can't. This is a middle school where you're dropped off every day. You don't like skip classes. What are you going to do? No, like legitimately, what are you going to do, bro? Like, are you just going to like sit in the locker room? Are you going to sit in the bathroom? I mean, okay, anyway, so this is, like, very weird for someone to be at school and then, like, not attend a class. So they were just like, okay, dude, this is very weird. And then they're sitting there, Sam and the other two people, everyone, they're just at their tables, and then they see the door open, and it's the Minecraft kid. And he has his backpack on, and in his left hand is one of those, like, foam diamond swords. And he just looks at Sam, he's like, our battle, it has started. You shall pay for your slander. And everyone is just like so confused because one, what? But also two, they have literally no context to what is going on right now. And at this point, right, Sam is like both amused and also just super confused because right now the Minecraft kid is stood in front of the entire class and basically called out Sam saying it's time for them to battle. And he has one of those foam diamond swords in his hand. I don't know if you had those like fake like Minecraft foam diamond swords as a kid. I know I definitely did. I know probably half my friends did. And apparently so did the Minecraft kid. He was like, our battle for the honor of Minecraft begins now. At this point, right, he just like he draws his sword. And this is also really bad timing for the Minecraft kid because the teacher was kind of planning on just not being in the class the whole time, but he forgot something at his desk. So he was walking back to the class and like opened the door as this whole thing was going down. At this point, the Minecraft kid has already drawn his sword and he like rushes in and he's like, yeah, for Minecraft. And he's rushing in with his like fake diamond sword or whatever. Sam's just standing there like, what is going on, dude? And at this point, the Minecraft kid runs up to Sam and starts beating him with this fake Minecraft sword. And right, it's not going to do any actual damage because it's like a piece of foam, but he's like whipping it around and it's like kind of stinging a little bit. And Sam's like, dude, stop. What are you doing? Stop. This is really annoying. Like, it didn't even hurt that bad. It was just very annoying. The Minecraft kid is like, for Minecraft, pop, 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 pop. It keeps like whapping him with like the diamond, not even like trying to like hit him with the side, but hitting him with the flat side, just because it's like a piece of foam flapping around. At this point, right, the Minecraft kid and also Sam totally doesn't really realize that the teacher has returned to the classroom. So all of a sudden, right, Sam is kind of closing his eyes because he doesn't want the sword to like hit him in the eye or something because that might actually do a little bit of damage. While everywhere else it'll do literally no damage. But all of a sudden, he feels the sword stop and he feels like the Minecraft kid like disappear from his presence. And he opens his eyes and the teacher has the Minecraft kid by the scruff of his shirt saying, "You're coming with me, mister. We're going to the principal's office." And yeah, the Minecraft kid basically got dragged out of the classroom and he was screaming at Sam, "This is not the last of me. I will get my revenge." And yeah, basically the kid was, suspended for the day. He had to do in-school suspension. And he also had to write a formal apology to Sam. It was like a very fake apology, but whatever. But yeah, so moral of the story, don't attack people over them saying Minecraft is not the greatest game of all time. And subscribe if you're new. And if you want to do me a big favor, go watch another video. It really does help out the channel. There's some on the sidebar, some on the video right now. Go watch it.
Today we get a story of this Minecraft kid that gets super mad when the subscriber says that Minecraft is a trash game. And the Minecraft kid gets so mad that he does all this crazy stuff like throwing rocks at the subscriber, trying to poison the subscriber's water, dude. dude. Like, it's completely ridiculous. Leave a like in the video to claim your free nothing. And let's call today's subscriber who sent in a story. Let's call him James. So anyways, this all happened one day in 3rd grade. So James and a bunch of other kids in his class, they're all sitting around a table at lunch. And James didn't know all these kids super well, but they were all in his class, so he was all kind of friendly with all of them. And they were talking about a lot of stuff. They were having, like, debates or whatever. And, you know, the first debate was, like, which show is better? Like, do we like Adventure Time or regular show better? Personally, I think both are very fire. I was watching some regular show last night. Man, that show still slaps. X number of years later, bro, that's what I'm saying. But anyways, right, eventually the topic of, like, what is the greatest game of all time came up. Some people, I don't know, they were saying some Xbox games, like, I don't know, like Call of Duty or something like that. Some people were saying, like, Fortnite or something. And then this one kid said Minecraft was the greatest game of all time. And let me just say that, you know, I wasn't a kid who ever had an Xbox. I didn't have a PC. I was always stuck to, like, iPhone, iPad games, and then more recently, I have a Mac, which I use for school, but I also use for recording games like Minecraft. So I've always had, personally, I'm a huge fan of Minecraft, partially because that's one of the games I could ever have. But basically, right, the subscriber, who we're calling James, as soon as this kid said, oh, Minecraft is the greatest game of all time, look, dude, James just isn't a fan of Minecraft, and that's totally okay. So James kind of said, like, jokingly, he's like, dude, Minecraft is trash. Like, it's not even close to the top game ever. It sucks. And then after he said that, right, this kid, who we're going to call the Minecraft kid, aka the one who said Minecraft was the greatest game, kind of just goes really silent. And James kind of just looks at him and is like, don't worry, bro, I'm just joking. That game's okay. Like, I'm not a fan, but, like, you're allowed to like it. But this kid doesn't say anything. He just starts looking at James. And he gets his like, brows start to, like, furrow and, like, or whatever it is when they get all, like, scrunchy. And he's like, he starts making this noise. He's like, kind of like, you know, I don't know, a plane is flying by. James is like, oh, bro, is a plane flying by, dude? And he just hears the Minecraft kid go, and the Minecraft kid eventually stands straight up. His fists are balled. He looks at James. He goes, hiss. The kid literally hisses at him, bro. Like, I'm not even kidding. The Minecraft kid looks to the subscriber all angry and hisses at him and then runs away. And look, okay, they're in 3rd grade, but even everyone else at the table, dude, I don't care if you're in 3rd grade, everyone else at the table was like, bro, what did I just witness, dude? Like, what? And James is kind of thinking to himself, like, dude, like, I'm just going to ignore that. I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen, and I'm just going to go about my life. And this is where the strange sequence of events starts to happen. So anyways, right, you know, James goes to class is normal, and eventually, you know, he gets out of class, and it's time for recess. So James is hanging with his friend, let's just call him Henry. So James and Henry, they're just, I don't know, they're at the swings. Dude, I used to love the swings back in the day, but they were at the swings, just kind of sitting there, having a pretty good time, when the Minecraft kid, you know, kind of, you know, shows up into James's view, and James is like, oh, there's the Minecraft kid. I haven't seen him since he hissed at me at lunch today. And the Minecraft kid, he makes eye contact with James. And James and the Minecraft kid kind of stare at each other for like a fat second. And James in his head is like, all right, bro, this is kind of awkward. And so James and the Minecraft kid are kind of just looking at each other. And James is like, all right, this is kind of weird. And then all of a sudden, the Minecraft kid starts sprinting towards James. And Henry looks at James and is like, dude, do you know this kid? And James is like, yeah, I'll explain later. And like in the middle of saying later, the Minecraft kid comes up to him and literally bites James on the arm. He thankfully doesn't break the skin because then there can be infections and a lot of bad stuff like that. But he goes up to James and basically bites him. And James is like, bro. And the Minecraft kid is like, this is part 1 of my revenge. And then sprints away. And Henry looks at James and is like, dude, what just happened? And, you know, James is inspecting his arm. It's like, all right, he didn't break the skin. Like, this is kind of a little weird, but whatever, dude. And, you know, James eventually explains what happens at lunch. And Henry's like, dude really took it that seriously? Is it not just a video game? It's also a video game. It's not like he made the game. It's not like he's taking it personally. He just likes the game, bro. Like, what's up with that? Real quick, the secret word of the day is Minecraft, so comment Minecraft down below. I'm going to try and heart some comments to say that, but just know I'm busy today, so don't take it personally. Make sure you've joined the Discord, turn on my notifications, and follow me on Instagram. That's where you submit the stories. Anyways, right, so at this point, James is just like, okay, whatever, he bit me, I guess we're even now or something. Still totally weird, but I'm going to go about my day. So James at his school had cubbies where you put your backpack, you put anything else. They weren't lockers where they'd close. They were kind of like lockers, but they were open, if you don't know what a cubby is. So kind of anyone could, in theory, go in there. It's just like lockers, like if it gets locked, that's a whole deal or whatever. And they weren't really carrying anything that important. They didn't need computers because they were in 3rd grade. But James walks back to his locker and he sees that the Minecraft kid is there. And James, instead of like confronting him, wants to see what he does. So he kind of hides, but hides in a way that he can see what he's doing. And all of a sudden, right, James sees the Minecraft kid carrying, like he sees in one hand, a little plastic bag of dirt. And in that plastic bag of dirt is just like, it's just like a bunch of dirt and soil and just a bunch of random crap, right? So anyways, you know, James is looking and he sees the Minecraft kid take his water bottle out of his cubby, and then he opens the thing of dirt and starts pouring the dirt into his water. And first of all, James is like, bro, really thought I was going to drink that, even though the water looks like, I don't know, my dog did number 2 in it. Like, I'm not drinking that. Like, maybe if my drink was, like, brown colored already and you poured dirt into it, you could prank me like that. But, dude, there was water in there, bro. But to be fair, it wasn't a clear water bottle, so, like, maybe you wouldn't have even looked. I don't really know. Anyways, right then, the Minecraft kid, after filling the water bottle with dirt, closes it up again, puts it back in the cubby, and then the Minecraft kind of looks to his left and looks to his right, but thankfully, James is hidden away enough that he doesn't see him, and the Minecraft kid then runs away. So James gives it like 30 seconds and then walks up to his locker, and sure enough, or his cubby, not his locker, and sure enough sees that there's a water bottle, and he opens it up, and yep, it is full of dirt and random crap and grime and stuff. Like, he's like, dude, really? You really was trying to prank me with this? Like, dude, I don't know what's in here. Like, there could be, like, stuff that I'm allergic to or stuff you're not supposed to eat. Like, Minecraft kid really out here trying to get in the water supply of this kid, dude. But it doesn't end here. You might have thought that that was the end of it. It doesn't end here because sure enough, right, you know, James puts it away, grabs his backpack. He needs to go to class anyways. And this class he has with the Minecraft kid. And he's like, oh, boy, like, I really got to have class with this guy. So anyways, goes to the class, is literally just kind of sitting there, and, you know, the class ends, the bell rings, whatever, and, you know, James, you know, he needs to go talk to the teacher, so James is there a little bit later, and the Minecraft kid is very slow packing up his bags, and the teacher is like, all right, James, I gotta run, but, you know, thanks for coming to talk to me. James had forgotten to, like, submit something, like, hand in some homework, so he was handing it in late or something, so James goes back to his desk, and everyone except him and the Minecraft kid are in the class, and the teacher has already left at this point. So the Minecraft kid, who has his backpack on, runs up to James and kicks him in the shin and then runs out of the class. And James is like, oh, God, like, because it actually did hurt. The Minecraft kid did aim with precision and force. And James is like, bro is really after me for calling Minecraft trash. So anyways, right, the day ends, and it's finally time to, like, be picked up by the parents. So anyways, what happens is, like, they all start walking out, and James, like, he finishes up with his class, he packs up his bag, and he starts walking out, and the parents normally show up, like, 10 minutes later, right? So anyways, he's walking out, and all of a sudden, he feels this, like, this thing stinging on his leg. He feels his leg stinging. And he's like, oh, what happened? And he realized that a small kind of round, hard, cold object just hit him in the leg. And then he feels a pain on the side of his head. He's like, what? And he realizes that something's being thrown at him. And he looks at the ground, and there's this kind of small but still decently sized rock. And he's like, bro. And he picks it up, and he realizes that the Minecraft kid was waiting for him to leave class and has been throwing rocks at him. However, this time, the kid messed up. And kind of trying to do that in the anonymous voice. The kid messed up. Because the principal had been outside, because the principal's like, I don't know, ushering people out, being like, thanks for coming, guys, whatever, right? And sees this, and it's like, hey, you two, come with me. And so anyways, right, the principal brings the two over to the corner and asks what happened. And James immediately says exactly what happens,
blurts it out as quickly as possible, goes over what he said, how it's really a nothing burger, right? And how this kid has been harassing him the whole day. And the Minecraft kid, instead of lying or like trying to downplay what he was doing, the Minecraft kid literally just refused to speak. So the principal's like, all right, well, since this kid isn't going to talk to me, like, James, I'm just going to have to take you at face value. And if that's true, then like, you're coming with me. And he basically grabs the Minecraft kid and told that James could go. So anyways, the Minecraft kid, he gets like in-school suspension for a couple days, and he has to write a letter apologizing to James, which James is like, you know what? That's good enough for me.
Click on the video on screen right now. I know you'll enjoy it. Just click it. Do it.
Another day, another story about a spoiled kid, but this time he actually attacks his teacher while like spewing a bunch of nonsense at. Anyways, this is probably one of the funniest ones we've had in a second. So yeah, sit back, relax, grab something to drink, grab something to eat, grab something to mine your Bitcoin on, grab something to do your math homework on, and yeah, let's just get right into the story. This one's something else, dude. So anyways, the subscriber who sent in the story, and you can send in stories too to my Instagram and get featured on the channel, link in description. Anyways, we're gonna call this guy Ben, and I know that's kind of a meme on the channel because I use Ben for like every other name, but I was looking through the comment section for suggestions for names to use, and someone says use Ben because haha, use Ben all the time. So I'm actually taking your suggestions for names, and I'll be using Ben. Anyways, right, so Ben, he's a subscriber, he sent in the story. Anyways, he's in class, and he's in 6th grade. And in the 6th grade class, he has someone in his class, and we're going to call this guy Brandon. And Brandon is the spoiled kid, right? So Brandon, like, okay, so the other spoiled kids that we've had, like, the parents have done, like, extremely well. Like, they come from a ton of money, right? Brandon, right, came from a pretty standard family. And look, there's like that's like everyone else at his school. Like he was legitimately like everyone else in his school. But for some reason, right, he just always had it in his mind that he was significantly better and had significantly more money and was just like super powerful, and his family could smite you with like, I don't know, a court case or a lawsuit if you did anything. So this kid was not just like, you know, entitled and spoiled. He was also delusional. So that kind of just brings like quite the scramble of ingredients to make an interesting turn of events, especially when he actually just goes ballistic and attacks his teacher. But we'll get into that in a second, guys. Give me a second. Let me draw out the backstory a little bit. Let me give you some background. Let's flavor up the story. Anyways, right, so Brandon has been in Ben's class for a very long time, so everyone kind of knows about Brandon. And Brandon really didn't have that many friends, and, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, like, poor kid doesn't have that many friends. Nah, bro. He did this to himself. He played himself. Like, normally, you know, I'd agree, I'd feel bad or whatever. No. This kid definitely did it to himself. He had been, like, known for, you know, he was kind of known as someone who had, like, an attitude without really having a reason to have an attitude. And there's no real reason ever to have an attitude. But in the past, like, the spoiled kids have been, like, you know, they had been acting entitled because, like, they had always gotten something more and they knew, like, their parents made a lot of money or whatever. First of all, not a good reason to be a complete jackass, right? That's not an excuse. But Brandon, dude, there was literally no reason. Like, there was no base that this was on. He just imagined that his parents had, like, infinite money glitch when that just was not the case. They were just normal, which is totally normal. It's cool. Like, that's what everyone else was. He could have been easily boys with them, but no. Anyways, right, so one day in class, you know, Ben and Brandon, they're both in some history class together. This is a standard 6th grade history class. I don't know what they're learning about, but one day they're just kind of sitting there and they're getting their test back, right? So they had a relatively big test, and, you know, Brandon, you know, obviously was bragging to everyone about how he was just, like, inherently smarter than all of them. I think this was, like, similar behavior to another girl way back in the day. I think I did a story about her, like, a long time ago. But anyways, Brandon also did the same thing, where he basically bragged to everyone about how he was going to crush it and how he's going to absolutely ace this test 100%. Like, just absolutely slam it without even having to try, dude. I'm not even kidding you. Like, he went into class and he's like, I am just smarter. I am just better than all of you guys inherently, which is a little weird. And he's like, I don't even have to study. And obviously, right, this test was like a history test. It wasn't like an interpretive one. It was a, what date did this thing happen? What is the name of the 4th king of England? Like, it was one of those, like you gotta memorize stuff tests. It's not even something, if you were genuinely like a really smart dude, you couldn't just figure it out. Like, you couldn't do the math. You couldn't figure it out, man. So obviously, right, you know, the teacher's handing back all the tests, and Ben, the subscriber, bro, he studied. He got like an 85. He did very solid on the test. The average was probably like 88, 89. So he felt very he was satisfied with his result. And the teacher put every test face up on everyone's desks until she got to Brandon, and she just like, she put it face down. You know for a fact, right? You just know for a fact. Some teachers, they put all the tests face down. But if teachers put tests face up and then they come to you and the test is face down, dude, you're absolutely boned. It's GG, it's just unlucky right now. GG unlucky. Like you got, it's just not going to work, bro. You're screwed. You failed. I don't know how else to say it. And so Brandon, was still pretty confident because he's also a little bit delusional, if you couldn't already pick up on that. He flipped over his test, and Ben kind of like saw his test grade right away, and he was just looking at Brandon. And Brandon had a smug expression on his face, and then when he turned around the test grade, like his face dropped because he had like, I don't know, 62 or something. So right, Ben was watching Brandon as Brandon's face like kept like contorting it, like started like, it got all scrunched up, and then it was like all like, and then he started to get angry, then shocked, confused. He went through like all 5 stages of grief within like 10 seconds in his facial expressions. But then, of course, he raises his hand. He's like, teacher, there must be a mistake. And the teacher's like, Brandon, like, I'm sorry. I know this one didn't go as well as you wanted, but like, there was no mistake. And he's like, no, that's impossible. And, Brandon and the teacher, they start having a back and forth. Brandon's like, no, I'm very, very certain you made a mistake here. And the teacher's like, Brandon, all right, what do you think the mistake is? He's like, I don't know, but it's very clear. Like, obviously, right, I'm just inherently really smart, and I wouldn't make mistakes like this. And the teacher's like, Brandon, come on, man. Like, I'm sorry. If you want to study with me, like if you want to like go over future assessments, so I don't know, like so that like I don't know, you do better, like that's totally fine, man. And Brandon's like, no, I don't think you understand. I'm just inherently smart, so I should have done well. At this point, the teacher's like, Brandon, come on now. Like, I'm sorry you didn't do well on this. Next time it'll go better, and I can also help you make it go better if you just want to study with me. At this point, right, Ben, the subscriber, is sitting there like, oh boy. Because like they were kind of recently new into this history class. Yes, it was a pretty major assessment, but it was just like a major assessment on the first kind of unit they did. So the teacher didn't really know Brandon. And all the other kids are kind of looking around like, oh boy, Brandon's about to have another one of his meltdowns, his epic meltdowns. Except this one went a little bit farther than anyone would have expected. Normally you don't expect a kid to, attack his teacher. But anyways. And then Brandon begins his breakdown, right? Brandon looks at the teacher. He's like, I'm going to count to 5, and if you don't revert the grade, you're going to regret it. And the teacher's like, dude, what are you like, what? The teacher's like, Brandon, I'm not going to change the grade. And Brandon's like, 4, because he said 5. He's like, 5, 4. Teacher's like, dude, teacher's like, I'm just not going to change it. 3. And he just looks at him, and he has a stare down. 2. And Brandon's like, you're going to regret this. And the teacher's like, regret what? And then Brandon says, 1. And he starts like, he like looks down and makes this really angry face, goes, and at this point, all the other kids are like, dude, what the huh? Like, are you okay? Like, excuse me? Are you good? Huh? Is everything okay? Are you like, what? All the other kids are just watching in just complete astonishment at this point. Because this kid is actually just like melting down right in front of them. He's like, "Grr." And what he does is he goes up, walks up to the teacher's desk. And at this point, the teacher was like stood up and was like passing around grades. So Brandon walks right by the teacher and goes right up to the teacher's desk. And at this point, right, Brandon goes up to the desk of the teacher and is like, you've made a mistake. You've underestimated me. And he takes both of his hands and he just like clean swipes the entire desk. So the teacher had like a bunch of papers, like a cup of coffee, like a bunch of stuff on the desk, all flies onto the floor. At this point, the teacher's just like, mouth is wide open because, right, and the entire class too, because here's the thing. They know that like Brandon has had like breakdowns and like goes on rants and rampages, but dude, this was a whole nother level. Like this kid must have seriously cracked at this point. And then Brandon starts to say, you poor, you filthy, you destitute vermin. And at this point, like the teacher's like, what? Huh? He's like, you scum, you slime, you are beneath me. And he goes around just like, he picks up some chair and he throws it across the room. barely, right? And he's like, secret word of the day is chair. Speaking of chairs, right? So comment chair down below. I'll try and heart as many of those as I can. And also, today's your lucky day, because if you leave a like on the video right now, you'll receive literally nothing. Anyways, right, Brandon, he's picking up a chair, throws it across the room, is like, and the teacher's just like, dude, what the fuck? At this point, right, the teacher's like kind of like assessing the situation, because he's still kind of like shocked by just what is going on. He's just like, oh my God, like, are you serious? And then Brandon goes over to the whiteboard, right? There's a whiteboard, there's whiteboard markers, and there's erasers. And he picks up a big jar of whiteboard markers, and he's like, you shall feel my wrath. And he starts just chucking them at the teacher. The teacher's like, starts to like dodge. He's like, oh, stop it, Brandon. And Brandon like takes the whiteboard markers and throws them. And the whiteboard markers are like foam. They're like styrofoam, dude. So they like daintily float over and like bounce off the teacher. And the teacher's like, that's it. The teacher goes up to Brandon, who's just kind of like shocked at this point, because the teacher basically runs up on him, grabs him by the collar and says, you're coming with me, and just like pulls him out of the class. At this point, Ben and all the other classmates are just sitting in class watching as the teacher drags him out, and Brandon's like, you'll regret this, you'll pay, you filthy poor slime. And he's just like the most goofiest stuff anyone has ever heard. And once they leave, after like 10 seconds of pure silence, Ben just starts laughing, dude, because at this point, right, Ben has just watched this thing and just like, what just happened? And the whole class is like talking, laughing a little bit, just like completely shell-shocked at like, because they always knew Brandon was kind of like a weird kid and like would always be like, was kind of like weirdly entitled and delusional, but he'd never had like a crazy meltdown like this, right? This is at a whole new level. And so anyways, right, Brandon, apparently he gets like about a week of suspension in school. And the teacher comes back after dropping at the principal's office and explaining what happened. And the teacher's like, he looks at the clock. He's like, there's 10 minutes left. He's like, you know what? I did have a lesson planned for today, but I think the lesson that, we all learned today was just, don't be that guy. And then everyone starts laughing, bro. They're all like, okay. And the teacher's like, all right, this is a weird day. Just get out of here. Like, have a good day. I don't know. Like, I need to think about this. And the teacher's just like, yeah, class is done. You guys are good. And everyone's just like, okay. And they're just all leaving class like, oh my God, like, what just happened? Anyways, a week later, Brandon is not just, he isn't just suspended, he's also removed from the class. But like a couple weeks later, Ben like bumps into Brandon and it's like, hey, what's up? And Brandon looks at him and just like keeps walking, dude. And that's like the last time Ben ever saw Brandon. I don't know if he transferred schools or he just like wasn't like in class with him anymore. But yeah, interesting, right? Subscribe if you haven't already. Now go click on another video. There's some on screen, some on the sidebar. Click it or I'll cry. Oh my God.